Hello again, it's Noob, and here we have an incredibly shiny, like crazy shiny, Apecs base rim cylinder. Now, this I believe is at the bottom end of the Apex lock range. They do some pretty good locks, but of course, like all lock manufacturers, they will also do some basic locks as well in their range. This one does say it is anti-pick and anti-drill. And it says that it's a base rim cylinder with a dual finish. What does it mean by dual finish? It means that it's got the chrome and the brass, which I think looks quite nice. And everything that comes in this, and this was sort of given to me, and I don't know how much these are, but like I said, I think they're quite inexpensive. But here is the key with the bitting. Not amazing bitting, but sometimes the high pins at the front can be a little bit tricky. It appears that there are actually 6 pins in this, which is a step up from some of the more common rim cylinders out on the market. Rim cylinders are still very, very common here in the UK, and quite often they still only have 5 pins, but 5 good pins, 5 pins that have in a lock were made with good tolerances can still be pretty formidable. But it's quite nice this one has 6 pins. Anyway, I want to throw some advice and have a go at picking and raking it. Trying desperately to keep all the shininess of this lock out of camera shot. Put this in the vise nice and tightly and make sure still that we can turn the lock. Yeah, that feels okay. Now I've not removed the circlip off the back, so this might be a little bit of a fight later. We'll have to see. The first thing I want to do is just see what it's like with by raking it. So just going to go in with a triple peak, and we've already opened it. Okay, then we're going to go in with a so you can see that's really open, and then we're going to lock it back up. I'm going to go in with just a medium hook and just have a feel. So that was pins 4 and 3 there, just going back through. Pin 2 there. Anything at the back? No. 5, 4. That's 3, and this is 1. Obviously, SPPing should take a little bit longer. I can't feel any spools or anything there just yet. I'm just going through and seeing what's around. Pin 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And 1 here. Oh, I've got pin 3 there, and it's going back down. Oh, we opened it. That did hold me up a little bit longer than I was expecting after raking it, but yeah, I felt odd. I can't quite tell what's in there. Didn't quite feel like spools. Strange, but nevertheless, let's see if we can't gut it. So yeah, it's probably a couple of minutes on the picking, which is reasonable for a little rim cylinder like this. Just need to find a tool to gut it. So I'm going to lock it back up like that, and then we're going to see if I can't rip the circlip off the back. Oh, there we go. These ones with the little ears on are always a bit of a pain, but we did get that off nicely. And then there's a key. I need a follower, which I was looking for, even though I have it right here. And I should, as long as it's not skeletonized core, be able to just push that out and have a look. So there are the 6 nice pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, this is only my second attempt at single pin picking and raking this lock. It did open up quite quickly the first time, so I just thought I would get it straight on camera. So I'm pretty glad that it behaved like it did the first time. There we go, and I'm just going to pop this out. So in 1 we have a standard driver pin, in 2 we have a standard driver pin, in 3 we have a little spool. I don't know why I didn't feel that spool quite as much as I would have expected. they are quite fat. They're not very thin, so maybe it's the thickness of the spool. A thinner stalk will give you a deeper false set. But these felt more like a serrated pin the way they were. I think that's it. I will also tip out the springs. I think the springs are a bit different. So yeah, it looks like we've got a mixture of springs, which is an anti-bump feature. So for example, we have steel. They're cute little springs. Come here. Get out. Steel. Steel. I swear I saw one which wasn't, so maybe I'm wrong, but it's quite dark in there. Steel. Oh, are they all steel springs? Looking down the Bible, I thought that one of them was brass. So no, there isn't a mixture of spring types. Like I said, normally having a mixture of steel and brass can be an anti-bump feature. It looks like we've got mild tapering on the tops of the key pins, which is nice, which might have been part of the reason why a bit easier to rake than to bump, rake than to SPP. But there we go. Those are the pins. Like I said, these spools I expect to come into play a bit more considering the bitting. But they're not very thin stalked or very long. Both of those would be features which would make it a little bit more hard to pick. I think that part of the reason why is because you have quite a relatively short Bible and it's got the plugs in there, so you've got not much room for long driver pins as well as long springs. You can see these springs themselves are very short. So there you go. Well, that was the Apex base rim cylinder. It does have 6 pins. It does have some security pins in there, but clearly it's you probably get what you pay for. It's not a high security cylinder, but yeah, it's a fun enough pick. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. If you've got a comment, leave one below. I'll read them all and reply to as many as I can. And of course, I will see you all next time.